Well, that's a different term. Free. A lot of folk. That's Montreal favorite word.
Yeah, and it's. I'm not like trying to take shots at nobody or whatever. I just sit here and I think about it a lot because like I know like 400. I could probably if I tried find 300 artists right now in English. I know because I have 255 on the list and I could find another 45 pretty easy. But like there's that many people here. It's wild to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I
But
I'm
how many is getting bookings? How many is getting shows? How many is doing something? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think a lot of people know how much like goes into that shit, like his labels and stuff. And everybody wants to
It's
be
rough,
indie,
dog.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Cause I know
I
like
but Clarity ENT folk ain't never dealt with no labels, no nothing like that, no none of them folk. But we began like little bookings and shows and all that kind of business. You know what I'm saying? Because organically, like folk gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like if they rock with you, they rock with you, and that's what we focused on is making sure that you know what I mean in person when folk walk into a room, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna matter. Uh, not like the online presence or like the like any of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like all that's important as fuck, but what's it gonna be worth when you walk in the room and nobody care? You know what I'm
oh, big
saying?
facts. And even then, what's paying for numbers actually worth? Yo, like yo. So I put out a music video recently, and I said to myself, "Alright, I'm gonna try spending $50 on ads, mostly because I want to see what happens." Like, cause
Yeah.
like it's actually kind of I'm curious. Like I don't really like. Well, I'm not trying to hide shit or whatever. I accidentally spent $123 because I didn't know how it worked and I fucked up. I got 2,200 views and literally nothing after. I was like, wow, the nothing after lesson, that's worth the money because that's big fucking facts. I can go pull up the graph and everything now and show motherfuckers some shit. But like, $123, bro. Just to you know what happened? A couple people were like, "Ooh, you got a lot of views." I'm like, "That's it. I got two or
That's
three."
it. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, you got a lot, but like, I got no subscribers. I got no likes. I got no comments. I
No,
just got
nothing. And
views.
you know what's weird about it is that some folk some folk will take your shit more serious after they see them numbers too. Like even though you gain nothing, they'll see that number and take it more seriously and be like, wow. Even though like there's no
Nah,
comments on this
bro.
shit, no
Not
nothing
just
to
some
match the
folk. I'd
views.
say most folk. Like,
Like and that's why a lot of artists think that they can go out tricking. And to me, nah, man, you can't be faking the funk out here. You gotta put in some work. You gotta put in some hours. You gotta put in some time. When we see you in the room, you matter. Then you know what I mean. You somebody and you doing something. But until you know what I'm saying, you quiet in the room. You know what I'm saying. It don't matter.
yeah, I would say a lot of people are gonna have an interesting experience transitioning to real life, but a lot of people are ready for that. I'd say the younger they is, the more they ready for this real life transition because they just been playing this like,
Oh
bro,
yeah,
I'm coming through. It's the older folk that are like a little bit struggling to adapt to this shit. Like, I don't know, man. I know a lot of people, like, because I've been doing this interview thing for a minute now. And so I ended up, like, running through this round of, like, rappers who started rapping over COVID, but they're not young. They're just rappers who started rapping over COVID and taking it seriously. And I'm like, yo, y'all are in for, like, a rude, and they're, like, doing contests. They're, like, getting up on Shade 45. Like, they hustling this shit, bro. And I'm
nah,
like,
that's how I know right away. Like you doing contests, you ain't in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. To me, shit.
oh, I did some
It,
contests
it
because I
shouldn't
wanted to
even
throw
be.
a contest, and I felt like if I'm gonna throw a contest, I should participate in some like, like being part of the community. You can't be just like throwing a contest and not being part of the peoples. You know what I mean? Like
Not be funny. You don't want the smoke,
no, but
man.
it's more like yo, I need to go be a contestant so I can know what a contestant feels like. I can know what it feels. Like I have to understand that. I can't like run a thing properly and not have gone through the experience. Like that would be like I'd say
You
bad
got a point.
business. And then every now and again, they would like do another person's contest just because, like, yo, it was like to me a good look to be humble enough to participate in that shit. Even though to me it's like a complete waste of time to participate in contests.
Mm.
Good marketing, but you may as well just fucking rap at TikTok. That's a good move too.
So I've heard. So I've heard.
Nah, bro, I'm taking it mad serious now. I'm doing shower TikToks every day. I fucking spent 30, 40 minutes in the shower on Sunday, filming myself,
Are you
bopping her.
talking TikTok or OnlyFans? What you mean?
You don't show the dick, bro. You just keep it up. My nipples can be out. I'm a man, bro. But, bro, I feel like I can work to an OnlyFans and I can make that bank off that shit. Fuck that. No, but, like, because, yo, I was sitting there in my, like, company meeting and my CEO, mans, was like, his shower TikToks are hilarious. I'm like, so regular people will think this is funny. In it to fucking win it. And I suppose because, yo, I think so often we, like, from a marketing lens, like, it's different. It's not about what artist purity is. It's like, what would the person on TikTok actually want to see? And part of it is, like, low-key from like, I'm trying to show you my favorite songs. I'm just half naked in the shower. You may like that, you may not like that, but those who like it will like it a lot. But then it's like I can do my actual music, little fucking lip syncs. I could do little freestyles. I fucking swear we made a coffee machine review today. Because we got a new coffee machine, so I fucking filmed it. And I'm like, yo, fuck, it's content. And then it's cool, because, like, it's regular people shit. And then you're like, link in bio, and then they go back to your shit. It's mad organic, because you just keep it real to who you is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nah, man. As long as you keep it 100 with folk, like, that's all that matters, right? I just want folk to fuck with the actual, you know what I mean? The actual message that everything is represented, you know? I don't want folk to, you know, because this is what happens, right? With the kind of sound that I have, or Par has, or Tizzy has, or Mannequin has, or all these things, they be trying to, like, box it in. And, like, it happened with me a lot where, like, folk would call it, like, trap music. Like, oh, yeah, like, Deusgod made, like, trap music. Like, they would say that a lot. Like, that's not trap music. Like, I never made trap music in my life. Like, there is not one song that I made bragging about selling drugs. And, like, the only thing trap music is about selling drugs. Like, that's the genre, bro. Like, it's drug selling music. Like,
that's not how. That's not how, like, regular people see it, though.
But at the end of the day, I never did that. So, like, it's not even trap. So, like, folk will, like, try to like box it in, you know, and then it's like, man, that's not what this is, you know. So it's really about trying to maintain, like, the reality of, like, the music too, you know what I mean? And that's part of, like, for us, like, keeping this shit organic is not to market it just in general, because a lot of folk will fuck with the sound but not fuck with the message. I don't want people to just dance to it and be like, oh yeah, like, nah, like, fuck with really what's going on. Like, we talking about keeping the blade for a reason, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about certain things for a reason, and we don't, you know what I mean? We don't condone it in certain other shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't talking about keeping guns and killing motherfuckers. We ain't talking about smoking this and fuck this block, and, you know what I'm saying? There's certain things, but, like, just because of the sound, folk will try to, you know what I mean, put it with that. But the listeners, the real supporters, the real, you know what I mean, they understand what's really being represented in the music. And, you know what I'm saying, that's the only shit that keeps us pushing, or me pushing at least, is the fact that there's some folk who understand that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that, like, you can totally collect what you're looking for with good marketing and totally piss off the people you don't want. It's actually, like, bro, you can toe that line, like, really well with this shit. Because, like, that's what I realized is, like, I don't think, like, the brand I've created is honestly, like, for everyone. Like, it can't be. You can't represent things and be for everyone, right? So, like, you kind of have to, like, throw it in. Like, people may not like what the conversation we have, or they may not like it if I talk too much here and there and shit, whatever happens on an interview. But, like, this is what it is. and we get the conversation, and people seem to fuck with it in general. Who does? And those are the people it's for. Is how I look at a lot of this shit. But then within that, you can totally market the fuck out of that. So you just never break the top level. You just gotta like apply that shit underneath the top level rules. Like I have a lot of like, yo,
you can't take an L in it. It's true. It's true. You can't take an L in it. You can't take an L in it. Like it's one of those like there's nothing to lose scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like you could always gain fans. You're gonna lose fans by marketing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's understandable. But do I want motherfuckers who don't understand rocking with this shit?
I mean, you could be like RZA. RZA,
you know what I'm saying?
RZA wrote a book to solve the problem. I fucking swear, I bought the Wu manual, right? Because I didn't understand that Wu shit, and the Wu fans were kicking my ass in the comments like, motherfucker, you don't understand this shit. I don't know what a 5%er was. I don't know any of the things you were supposed to know. So then I fucking like learned it because honestly, RZA made the material available for those who want to know it. Just like KRS-One made it for those who want to know it. They don't make it necessarily easy or simple. They make it available for those who want to know it. And then, yeah, unfortunately, success is probably going to come with shallow. That's like kind of... But I look at it like, yo, if I could pull $100,000 a year, what the fuck could I do with that for the city? Cause
man, like, I ain't even worried about that type of shit too. And I think that's the main like difference. And that's the thing that a lot of folk gotta understand when it comes to like me specifically, I could say, but I could even say for most Clenity ENT folk too, bro. That's not what the fuck like the success of things, like the money that comes out of the sound is just a blessing. That's just like, man, like getting like I've been paid for music. Like that shit is cool. But I don't give a fuck. Like, I got a roof over my head without it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so the music is really, I'm doing it for the culture. I'm doing it for a whole other life.
When I look at that money though, like for me, it's not from music. It's like from this shit. This to me is like, yo, every dollar that comes in from this goes back into this. Like, it's not really holding money. It's more like to create the machine, right? So it
goes back into the community pot.
So it's like, because when we go back to what you were saying before with the blast and shit, you're probably right. It is just going to be like there has to be stacks available for the indie scene outside of the fucking label movement.